Yeah, well, normally I'm dressed up, but see if this is going to load on Zoom or on YouTube. There we go. Okay. Hello. Yeah, I know. We're trying to get it on YouTube. That's different. So I'm good. Okay. Okay. Bye. Okay. Now we're going to get our Facebook going too.
You might want something, it was starting to slide, so you might want something at the bottom of it, or is it?
No, I just need to post it better. That's as good as I can get it on Facebook. Okay. We should be good with everything. Let me get this one up so I can see what's going on online here. Okay. So, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We've got 3 different alternatives for streaming going on at the moment. We've got this on Zoom, in our Zoom meeting room. We've got it on Facebook Live here, and we've also got I think a nicer stream going on YouTube Live, because YouTube Live has the wide camera. For some reason, Facebook is not connecting properly with Zoom today, and I don't know what the reason for that is. So have to do a little bit of research. But Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Which service do you want to do this morning? 1. Sally would like to do number 1, so we're going to do number 1. So we will begin our Shabbat morning live stream service with Hine Matov, which you can find on page 70 if you have the prayer book. Hine Matov Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. And now we're going to continue on page 78. And we'll read together in English. My God, the soul that you have given me is pure. You created it, you shaped it, you breathed it into me, and you protected within me. For as long as my soul is within me, I offer thanks to you, Adonai, my God and God of my ancestors, source of all creation, sovereign of all souls. Praised are you, Adonai, in whose hand is every living soul and the breath of humankind. Baruch atah Adonai, asher b'yado nefesh kol chai, v'ruach kol basar ish. Okay, and now we'll continue on 88. Elu Devarim. Elu Devarim, She'ein lahem shiur, She'adam opel perotechem be'olam hazeh, V'keren kayemet lo le'olam haba, Ve'elu Kibud ba'em ugmilut asadim, Ashkamat ve'tamidrash shacharit ve'arabi, ve'aknasat orchim u'bikur olim, v'aknasat kala u'layat amen b'yut tefillah, ve'avat shalom ben adam la'avero, Talmud Torah Yeneged Kula. These are things that are limitless, of which a person enjoys the fruit of the world while the principle remains in the world to come. They are honoring one's father and mother, engaging in deeds of compassion, arriving early for study, morning and evening, dealing graciously with guests, visiting the sick, providing for the wedding couple, accompanying the dead for burial, being devoted in prayer, and making peace among people. For the study of Torah encompasses them all. And now we're going to continue on 106 with Reader's Kaddish. Please rise. Yid Gadal, Yid Gadal, Shemei Rabbah. Almighty Barak, Yurte, Ve'amlich, Malchute, Ve'chaye, Konu, Yom, Eko, Uchaye, Kol Beit Yisrael, Bagala, Bagala, Ubizman Karim, Ve'meru, Amen. Yehesh me'rava me'para, me'olam olam me'amaya, Yitbarak, Yishtaba, Yitbar v'tromam, Yitnaseh, Yithada, Yithalev, Yithalal, Shemei Kushav, Reku. Ne'elam min kol berkata v'shirata, Dush v'chata v'nehemata, Amiram be'alma v'meru amen. Baruch et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Now 110. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Uvorei Hoshech, Osei Shalom, Uvorei et hakol. Amir la'aretz v'ladarim alecha v'rachami, uvtuvo mechadesh v'chol yom tamid ma'aseh bereshit. Ma rabu ma'asaka Adonai, ulam b'chochma asita, mala ha'aretz kinyanecha. Barach Adonai Eloheinu, al shelach ma'aseh yadecha, v'al ma'orei or sha'asita yibaru kasela, or Hadash on Zion Tahir, Nizkeh Ulayim Mehera Le'oro. Baruch atah Adonai Yotzer Kama. Praised are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of light and darkness. You makes peace and fashions all things. In mercy, you illumine the world and those who live upon it. In your goodness, you daily renew creation. How numerous are your works, Adonai. In wisdom you form them all, filling the earth with your creatures. Be praised, Adonai our God, for the excellent work of your hands, and for the lights you created, may they glorify you. Shine a new light upon Zion, that we may all swiftly merit its radiance. Praised are you, Adonai, creator of all heavenly lights. Baruch atah Adonai, Yotzer Ha'olam. Now on 112. Ahava Rabbah Ahavtanu Adonai Eloheinu, Hemla Gedola V'Teira Hamalta Aleinu, Ba'avor Avotenu V'Ivotenu Shevachu B'Ka B'Hamdein Kei Hayim, Kain Takonenu Lamdeinu, Amrachem Rachem Aleinu, V'Tain Delivenu L'Chavin L'Haskil, Lishmoa L'Modu L'Lamed, Lishmor B'La'asod L'Kayeh, Kol Divrei Talmud Toratecha, De'achav. V'ha'erenenu b'Toratecha, v'dabek livenu b'mitzvotecha, v'yachid lebavenu, v'achava u'yira et shemecha, v'lo Once or twice in a lifetime, a man or woman may choose a radical leaving, having heard Lech Lecha, go forth.
God disturbs us toward our destiny by hard events and by freedom's now urgent voice, which explode and confirm who we are.
We don't like leaving, but God loves becoming. Baruch atah Adonai Habocher v'Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shekevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. You may be seated. I'm going to get a quick drink. Okay, and we'll continue on page 116 with Ve'ahavta. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, v'chol levacha v'chol nafshecha, v'chol me'odecha, v'hayu kadvarim ha'ele, asher anochi metzavecha, Hayom alevanecha, veshinantam levanecha, dedibartam, veshivtecha levetecha, umletecha avatere, ushofbecha ukumecha, ukshartam leot alevecha, v'hayulatot afrot beinenecha, Yuktatam, Amzuzot Veitecha, Yuvisharecha, Leman Tizkeru, Vasitem Echol Mitzvotai, Ditem Kedoshim Lelechem, Ani Adonai Elohechem, Asher Otzeiti Echem, Meretz Mitzrayim, Yot Lachem Elohim, Ani Adonai Elohechem. You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. Take to heart these instructions with which I charge you this day. Impress them upon your children. Recite them when you stay at home and when you are away, when you lie down and when you get up. Bind them as a sign on your hand, and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Thus you shall remember to observe all my commandments and to be holy to your God. I am Adonai your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai your God. Okay, now we'll continue at the bottom of 121, and we'll read responses. The eternal truth is that you alone are God, and there is none else.
May the righteous of all nations rejoice in your love and exult in your justice.
Let them beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks.
Let nations not lift up the stranger that sojourns with you shall be accepted as your equal, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt.
Why do you crush my people and oppress the poor? Asked God.
We know that the Eternal One defends the poor and upholds the rights of the needy.
Praise to God Most High. Blessed is God and deserving of blessing. Mi kamocha b'elim Adonai, mi kamocha netar b'kodesh, norati lo se'elem, norati lo se'elem, shira hadasha shivahu geulim. L'shimcha asfat hayam, yachad kulam hodu v'yimlaku ve'amru, Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed. Yad ba bim bim bam, yad ba bim bam, yad ba bim bim bam, yad ba bim bam. Ay, 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 ba, bim, bim, Shor Yisrael, Kuma be'ezrat Yisrael, Tuftekenu mecha, Yehuda ve'Yisrael, Go Aleinu Adonai Tzvaot Shemo, Yitros Yisrael, Baruch atah Adonai, Gal Yisrael. Please rise for tefillah, page 124 in your prayer. Adonai sefatai tiftachu piyaki tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor HaNorah, El Elyon, Gomer Asadim Tovim, Vekonei Akol, V'zocher Aseyavot B'ima'ot, Yumei Gula Livnei V'nechem, Leman Shemo Ve'ahava. Avodatara Lehoshia. Nekakel Ayim Nehesed. Nekaye Akol Rakamim Rabbi. Somek no flim girl peolin. Umatir Asuri. Umekaye Emunato. Lishene Apa. Nikano Kaval Guru. Kumidam Ela. Melech Mini Dumachaye. Dumatzmiach Yeshua. Nemanata Kayotaku. Baruch atah Adonai. Mechaye Hakol. Nekadesh et Shimcha ba'olam. Keshem Shema Kishimo Oto Bishmei Marom. Kakatuv Nebiyecha. Nikarazel Zebe'amar. Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh. Adonai Tzebaoth. Melech kol haaretz. Yehodo. Adir Adirenu Adonai Adonenu Ma'adir Shimcha B'kol haaretz. Baruch Yevod Adonai Niv'omo. Echadu Eloheinu Hu Avinu Hu Malkeinu Hu Moshienu Hu Yashmienu Beracham Aleinei Kol Hai. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Yimloch Adonai leolam, Elohai Tzion, Letoy Vador. Hallelujah. Let Korban Nagid Kolecha, Yod Netzach Netzachim Kedushat HaNakdish, V'Shiva Eloheinu Mipir Lo Yamush, Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. You may be seated. Now we'll continue at the top of page 135. We offer thanks, O God, for this Shabbat, which unites us in faith and hope. For Shabbat holiness, which inspires sacred living. For Shabbat memories, glowing even in darkness. For Shabbat peace, born of friendship and love. We offer thanks and blessing, O God. Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh Hashem. Top of 137. Ever-present one, may we, your people Israel, be worthy in our deeds and our prayer, wherever we live, wherever we seek you. In this land, in Zion, restored in all lands. You are our God, whom alone we serve in reverence. Baruch atah Adonai she'otaka v'vadaka v'yirah na'am. Now on 139, We'll alternate back and forth here. Sally, you can go first.
For the expanding grandeur of creation, worlds known and unknown, galaxies beyond galaxies, filling us with awe and challenging our imaginations.
Modim Anachnulah. For this fragile planet Earth, its times and tides, its sunsets and seasons.
Modim Anachnulah.
For the joy.
For the joy of human life, its wonders and surprises, its hopes and achievements. Modim Anachnulah.
For human community, our common past and future hope, our oneness transcending all separation, our capacity to work for peace and justice in the midst of hostility and oppression.
For high hopes and noble causes, for faith without fanaticism, for understanding of views not shared.
For all who have labored and suffered for a fairer world, who have lived so that others might live in dignity and freedom.
For human liberties and sacred rights, for opportunities to change and grow, to affirm and choose.
We pray that we may live not by our fears, but by our hopes, not by our words, but by our deeds. Blessed are you, Adonai, your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha l'cha na'ed. Sim shalom, sim shalom, sim shalom, tova uveracha. Sim shalom, sim shalom, sim shalom, tova uveracha. At this point in our service, we pause to think of all those among our family and friends who are ill or in need of healing. This week, obviously, our thoughts are with all those around the world who are either ill with coronavirus or perhaps ill with something else and afraid of getting coronavirus or ill with many different things. Everyone in the world right now is concerned about their health and concerned about the health of others. And I'd also ask if people like to mention specific names of those they're thinking about today. Okay, I'll give you a moment to mention names of those you're thinking about at home. And as we think of all of them, we'll sing Misha Berach, which you can find on page 253 in your prayer book. Misha Berach, Avotenu, Mekor HaBracha, Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Nishevera imotenu, Mekor HaBracha, Leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shema. The renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. We'll now pause for a few moments of personal prayer and silent meditation. Turi Adonai Turi Vegoali Vegoali. So this week we were looking at Parashat Vayikra, which is our Torah portion of the week. But this week's Torah portion is also relevant for the crisis we're facing as we studied in chapter 5. The beginning of chapter 5 talks about sharing the information that we have about what is going on and making sure that we're dealing with truth. And also having to do with making sure to avoid uncleanliness. In the case of the Torah portion, we're talking about ritual impurity, but in our lives, we're talking about germs, things that might be invisible to us that we may have acquired unwittingly without knowing. And the fact is, in our tradition, ritual impurity you can pass on from person to person through contact and other things. And the same is true with germs. So in our tradition, the idea is to make sure that you are taking precautions as you go, pay attention to what you're doing and wash your hands, take care of yourself and maintain your social distance right now. And we will make sure that everybody is doing better. And that's actually a lesson from this week's Torah portion. So there are times when the Torah portion is directly relevant to what is going on in our world. Coming up this week, we have a number of live streamed classes and other programs. If you look at my Facebook page or the Temple's Facebook page or our Temple's website, you will find a schedule for those as they go. There are adult education classes and programs for younger children, for people of all ages, and we will continue to live stream our services as we go. We have a few technical difficulties here and there, making sure that Zoom is connecting properly and all of those different things. But we will make sure that we do our best to do it as well as we can, and we'll go with that. So right now, our service continues with Elenu on page 282, and I'd ask you to please rise. Elenu l'shabea ato ako, late girula leotzer breshis, shehuno teshamayim ve'yosed aretz, Yumo shavikaro vashamayim nima'a, ushina tu sobugot he neromin, u Eloheinu eino, v'anachnu korim, umishtachavim u'modim, lifnei melech makei hamlachim, Akados Baruch Hu, V'nemar v'haya Adonai, L'melech al kol haaretz, V'yom hahu, Yeh Adonai echad. Shemo, Our thoughts now turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them now, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss life, and death. Please feel free to rise if I mention the name of a loved one, if you're currently sick. Today we mark the yard sites of Betty Edelman, Florence Hess Edelman, Reuben Bassman, Albert Berkowitz, Dr. Irwin Brown, Jacob Davidson, David Epstein, Sylvia Fableman, Pauline Pomerantz Fisher, Sarah Frank, Ruth Frankel, Grace Jordan, Mary Ann Joseph, Jack Pasternak, Irving Redstone, Sidney Robinson, Herbert Rosenberg, Rose Sayre, Elaine Sherman, Charlotte Spilka, Francis Aliber Swartz, Catherine Tellner, and Norbert Wolf. Are there other names we should mention?
Karen Boyle.
Okay, I'll give you a moment at home to mention the name of anyone that you're thinking about. As we think of all of them, we'll recite Mourner's Kaddish together, page 294. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah v'yolmad Ivra Hirutei v'yamlich Malchutei Chayechon v'yomechon v'fayed kol Beit Yisrael V'galav izman kariv v'imru Amen. Hey Shmei Rabbah Mevarach Le'olam V'Lomei Almaya Yitbarach V'Yishtabach Yitba'ar V'Yomam V'Yitnaseh V'Yitadar V'Yitaleh V'Yithalal Shemei D'Kudishah B'Riku Le'ela Min Kol Birkata V'Shirata Tushbekata V'Nachamata Yam Yiram Be'alma V'Imru Amen. Hey Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya V'Chaim Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'Imru Amen. Osei Shalom B'Rama V'Hu Yasei Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'Imru Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved, and let us say, Amen. Osei Shalom B'Rama Say Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael Ve'imru Amen. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael. May the coming week be a week that sees shalom increase in our world and be a week of well-being and health and safety, time spent with family and friends, perhaps online if not in person. And let us remember that we are together as a community and feel the comfort of one another in community. And let us say, Amen. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you for joining us.